Hello and welcome to day 19. Thank you very much for your comment, your views, and your time. Today we are looking at SQL joins. So, what is actually a join? Let's say we want to link different pages of a book together. So, if you want to link different pages of book together, in this context, it means you are connecting data from multiple tables into one. So, I'm going into my databases, and then you could see the tables. You could see actor, address, category, and city. Up until now we have just been querying just one particular table, but now we want to see how we can join two tables together and get results set out of it. So what join does for you is to connect data from multiple tables into one, which make your queries more dynamic. So let's look at an example using our secular database. Let's say we want to find out which customers rented which movies. And if you talk about customers, you are talking about rental. So we need to join multiple tables like the customer, the rental, the inventory, the film. So let's write this query together and see what happened. So select customer. From the customer table, I want to select just the first name, and then I want to select also the last name. Customer last name, and then I want to select the film title. So from film, I just want to select the film title. Then I want to select from customer. Then I want to join. Rental on customer customer ID, which is equals to rental customer ID. I also want to join inventory on rental inventory ID inventory ID. Then I want to join film on inventory film ID film film ID. Okay, so what we aim to achieve now is to find out which customers rented which movies, and we are connecting customer, rental, inventory, and film, making sure we are all on the same page. Now, what does each of these do? Now let's break down our keyword. We see the select. Now this select from the beginning of the class, it specifies the columns we want to see in our final output. That is what this select does. We want to see the customer first name, customer last name, film title. But in order for me to select, I'll have to first of all select the table, then the dot or full stop or whatever I want to call it. I want to select the first name column from customer. So I have to put the dot sign. Then inside the same customer, I want to select the last name. So dot last name. So go into customer table and select last name, which is a column. Then go into the film table and select the title. I want to select this all from customer, but you know that customer doesn't have film. If you go to the customer table, you go to columns, there's actually no film. You don't have a film there. So you have to join it with a film table. So if I say select this from customer, it will be an error because there's no film table inside customer. So I have to join it. So I have to use my inner join keyword. So let's take it step by step. The select is what you use to get the final output, the final result set. Then the from, it specifies the primary table you are working with. And customer table is our primary table because that's where I'm getting my first name and last name. Then we have inner join, which is where the magic happens and major focus of our today day 19 inner join. So now this inner join is where the magic happens. So we are joining customer table with renter table. So that means the inner join keyword means we only want rows where a match in both tables. So now in this renter, to join it to customer, I'll have to find something both rental and customer have in common, and which is the customer ID. Now, looking at customer columns, you could see there's customer ID. Now, what of the rental table? Let's go to rental. If you look at rental, you'll see that in rental, it also have customer ID. So inner join rental. This on means why am I joining rental and customer? I'm joining it because both of them have customer ID. So customer dot, I'm selecting the customer ID column in customer, and my equal sign rental, I'm selecting it inside the rental, I'm selecting customer ID. Now that gives us the basis why rental and customer can be on the same page because each of them contain customer ID. Now I have to join inventory too because it is the inventory table that links you to the film table. Because let's look at the inventory, look at the inventory, look at the columns. So this is where you get your film ID also, because you want to get the film that was rented, so you get it from the film ID. So now what will be my basis of connecting inventory? Now I'm using my inventory to connect to rental using inventory ID. So now does rental and inventory have inventory ID? Let's look at rental. Yes, they both have inventory ID. So join inventory also. You are going to connect the inventory with the rental ID. So while running everything, these three tables are connected. Inventory too has film ID. I'm connecting this inventory with this film.film ID. Sorry, I didn't complete it. Film.film film ID. So this inner join where the magic happens actually shows you now where each of the rows have a match by virtue of something they have in common. So before you use inner join, make sure the two tables you are connecting have a column in common. So I am joining customer to renter because each of them have customer ID. I am joining inventory to renter because both of them have inventory ID. And I'm joining film to inventory because both of them have film ID. Don't forget what we are looking for. We want to find customers which rented movies. Now, in this rental, I said we are connecting customer table, rental, inventory, and film. We are using customer table, rental, inventory, and film. And I believe all of them now are actually well connected here by virtue of something they actually have in common. So what does our on clause does? It defines the condition for the join. We are just telling, using this on, we are telling SQL table with renter where customer ID and renter ID. We're just telling them to join renter using customer ID. So it ensures that we are linking the right customers to the right renter. So this is what the on clause does. I want to join renter with customer table by virtue of customer ID. I want to join inventory or renter by virtue of inventory ID. And I want to join inventory and film because of film ID. So this is what now puts us in the same place. So let's run this and see. So you could see now I have first name, last name, and the title of the movies. So this is what I was looking for. Which customers rented which movies? So Joel Francisco rented Academy Dinosaur. So there are 1000 rows actually. So these are different names of customers. And this can be possible with just one table. It was possible because of the inner join that we used. So we are going to go on to the next and look at left join. We are going to look at left join. So what does left join does? We are going to use a different example and see. So in this same secular database, the first was inner join and second example. So let's say you want to get a list of customers with their corresponding addresses. List of customers with their addresses. So some customers might not have an address. So we are going to use left join to include all customers, even those without an address. So let's use our select keyword, select customer dot first name, our alias as first name. I'm just bringing what we have done before. Then customer last name, and then I'm selecting address dot address as address. Where am I selecting them from? I'm selecting them from the customer But mind you, do we have in the customer table, do we have an address? No, we don't have an address, so we have to actually join it with another table to get that address information. So left join address, and what am I joining? On what basis am I joining them? Customer dot address ID equals to address dot address ID. So let's run this second example and see. So you could see first name, last name, and then address. First name, last name, and address. So they select as usual. We are selecting customers' first name, last name, and address. But you know that there's no address information inside the customer table. Then what does the left join does? Left join ensures that all customers are included, even those who do not have an address. Left join ensures that all customers are included, even those who don't have an address. So we are joining the customer using address ID column, which is a common key between two tables. So this address ID is actually the common key between two tables. That is the basis to which we are joining. So customer dot, let's look at our customer table. Could you see it has address ID only? Then do we have an address table? Yes, we have address table. Does it have an address ID? Yes, it has an address ID. So include all customers. By the reason of this, ensure that all customers are included, even those who don't have an address. So this is the result set. This is the reason for the left join. So left join ensures that all records from the customer table are returned, along the ones that match from the address table. Say that again. Left join ensures that all the records from the customer table are returned. This second example, it ensures that all the records from the customer table are returned, along with matching records from the address table, because we brought in address table. So it has to match the customers with the ones that have the address table. So, but if there is no match, the column from the address table will contain null. In case there is no, all the customers are going to be selected, then it will match them with those that have address in the address table. But in case some customers don't have address, it will actually return null. It will actually return null. So that is how left join works. That is how left join works. That is how left join works. So inner join, on the other hand, will only match what all the tables have in common, but the left join only brings out all the customers and then matches them with only the ones that have an address. Then if you don't have an address, it will return actually null. So this is today for inner join and then left join. If you have any question, please don't forget to reach me out on the comment section. Thank you very much and see you tomorrow.